Good afternoon, everybody. It's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. Thank you so much for joining me. It is really lovely to have you here. So I am finally doing a video in advance. So, yeah, I don't know. It looks like coffee or something spilled on that. Yuck. Yeah, I don't know when you'll see this, but it's going to be one of the scrap videos. So it possibly will be when I'm away on holiday, unless I need it before then. So yeah, I have still been adding a little bit, not too much, but a little bit, excuse me, to the scrap box. It's not that bad, actually. I know some of you would think, what are you talking about? But it's not that bad. It's not that much in it. I did, when I had a lot of scrap, I did go into a third box. But I think I've used that as well. So, haha, yeah, I'm getting in front. So I decided it was time to do some more. I think I told you a couple of weeks ago I was looking through this, and I'm really liking these plainish ones without the colour on. I think there's just two at the front. These are very colourful, aren't they? So yeah, I'm going to try and do a couple more plainish ones in here, because yeah, I've got a free hand today to do whatever I want. So I've brought some glue pages. I've got a wet one and a dry one. Baby wipe here. I've got my box of little bits. And just, well, the only thing I haven't done is inked them, and I do like some of my my scrap bits to be. Maybe I'll do one inked and one not. I'll start with one not and then see how I go, because yeah, I just might like it in the long run. So, oh, glitter. Yeah, so I don't mind reasonably big bits, but I don't want them huge. I already want to ink that. Go on. I'll ink the first one and then I'll try and do one without. Then I'll have had me fill of inking, wouldn't I? Now, what am I doing? I'm using this glue stick. See how we go. It's a fairly new one. But yeah, I'm not convinced. I've not had these glue sticks a long time. I'm not convinced how, you know, well or long they stick, but as it's collage, it will end up with either something else over it, or I'm in camera for you, or it will be sealed. Right, and just remembered in this book I normally like something behind it. Right, we don't want wet ones. That's it. Let's get a dry one. Yeah, so I can see where the edge of the paper is. Can't remember what I used last time. Something big, didn't I? I got a double. No, I don't. Got an envelope, a big envelope here. It's been coffee dyed. It's got a stamp that hasn't been used, actually. That's not used. Although I don't want to send it through the post, do I? With looking like that, people will wonder. People that are not in the know. That's it. Now I can, you know, demark where the edge of the page is. Okay, so right, let's do this effectively then. So I will use this bit as well, and I'll just put it somewhere else on the. Yes, you need to use your glue pages a bit more effectively as well. Oh, it's lovely paper. This is a bit of a vintage book, but it's a huge book. It's a Reader's Digest dictionary encyclopedia. So it's got some really interesting pages, which and if I come across one here, I'll pull them. But it's got more pages than I'll ever use in my lifetime. It's huge. So let's use these things. Right, I forgot about this glue stick. The one thing about it is, the glue doesn't like slide, so I guess it's not real wet glue. Don't know. I'll save that for a little piece then. Right, so glue up top and then up bottom, and you'll get two on it. I didn't really choose any papers out, did I? I was just away there. So I do want some, you know, pattern on it, but plainish. So I've got a lovely background going on. I want pink, I don't know, I'll put it to one side. Oh, look at that doggy. That's a very odd shaped piece of scrap. Book page there. What are you? I'll take them out. Let's save going through it again. No. There's some bits. There, look, right. Okay, I can move that over to one side now. So, put some of the bottom ones up as well. that one. Oh, there's a win, already inked. Super. So I don't know what I've got to tell you. It is, it's still 2 weeks to my holiday yet. So like I say, I don't know when you're going to see this. So Neil is at work today. So I've got a white end showing there, but it wouldn't slide. Yeah, I suppose I ought to have some pattern. My inking. I'm going to not ink that one and see how I feel. Yeah, we've had it's the end of a red hot week. It's been really hot here. It is still hot, muggy hot today. It's but the sun is not out. But it's bright. It's a bright day. It's not cloudy or anything. So I don't know where the sun is. I suppose it must be cloudy. Perhaps higher up where you can't see them. I don't know how that works, but yeah, I've still got windows and doors open. And His Royal Highness, Mr. Simba, is in his bed in the greenhouse just for a change. I have to say, it was so hot yesterday, he wasn't in there so much. So he has got good sense at some point to come out. That's a label, but I'm going to put it down. Oh, let's do it on here. Yeah, to come out if it's too hot. But yesterday was Neil's first day back at work. He always misses him. He I can tell, but by his demeanour, he likes everybody. Well, you know, me and Neil. That's everybody in this household. He likes it when we're both home and we're both, you know, around and relaxed, and preferably in the garden. Now he still goes and sits in his greenhouse, but he hears us. He knows we're there, and we're quite close when we sit outside to the greenhouse door. So yeah, and he does wander out and sees us every now and then goes back again. I wanted those little holes to show. So yeah, I am going to have this. Oh, another piece inked. Right, I think that page is done. I mean, it must be fairly good glue because look, that's already stuck, and that's only from the edges. So we'll see. I was maybe a bit harsh deciding about it when I first got it. I have to say it's red hot and it hasn't gone all gloopy on me so far. Show a little piece in this corner. That's it. So that's a bonus, isn't it? Oh, there's a nice stamped piece of envelope, I think. Whoops. You're gone. You've had it. So the Neil's been gardening while he's had 4 days off. We've got a lovely, well, I was going to say a show of sweet peas, but they're not yet. They're all green, but he's got loads in the garden. He's grown them himself from seed. He's got loads in the garden. He grew them in a bit of greenhouse that me and Simba allowed him to have. And he's done a couple of, or one I think, lovely tub in a circle with like the sticks, you know, going upwards. So all around the outside, all around the rim of the tub, and then they come to a point in the middle. Teepee, that's it. It's up like a teepee. So they're going to be beautiful. Canes is what I meant when I said sticks. They're going to be lovely when they grow up that. I know it's nothing new. Lots of people have had them, but I don't think I've ever had any in a teepee before. I just love everything about sweet peas. I love the colours, the multicolours they come in. They're so beautifully scented and yeah, pretty, aren't they? Really pretty. And I love the way they climb. I like climbers. So let's have a little bit of book page. So yeah, I can't wait till they start flowering. And I think I said, for those of you that have been with me a long time, last year I had trouble finding mesmeranthemums, which are another one of my favourite flowers. They're like, again, multicoloured. They're like a big daisy, I guess, really low to the ground, and they kind of, the ground coverage, they crawl across the floor, and they open during the day and close at night. Just love them. Just think they're so pretty. And yeah, because I had such trouble I did get a few last year, but not many of the garden centres around us had them. So we put a load of those in. So we've got 1 million of those. out, waiting to flower, and it's got quite a few in pots, but he's put some in the actual, we've created a garden. So he's grown a bit of a lawn this year where the potatoes were last year, and we've just got an edge. Had to leave some for the cat, you know, for his toilet. So we kind of left the bit where he always goes, and then sort of at an angle to that, we you know, Neil created a flower bed, but of course every time Neil weeds it, it's a nice freshly dug over, that wasn't very straight, piece of ground that Simba quite likes to go in after his dad's been in. So yeah, there are, I mean, he's thinned them out a bit, but he didn't thin them out a lot, so there's some big clumps of mesmeranthemums in there, so I think they'll survive his digging. I hope so. It's more his digging, it's not what he does. I don't want to go into detail, but yeah, he digs around a lot and then ends up back in his own garden, if you see what I mean. It takes a little while to choose. We won't go any further than that. It's getting a bit of a pinkish hue on it, this, isn't it? It's a very plain one as well. I was hoping to put some colours in it, but I didn't. Yeah, I haven't been inking many either. I didn't pull any colours out, did I? I'm kind of saving this one for the middle, I'm hoping. That's got some lovely pink something going on. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my goodness me. Look, it's a naked person, it's a bushman. It's a very strange shape. I think it's history of, you know, how we evolved. So yeah, I'm sure some of you would love to see it, but there are people with delicate sensibilities, so I'll keep that one to myself. That looks quite amusing. I would have found that hilarious as a child in a dictionary or an encyclopedia. Not just a naked person, but a very odd-shaped naked person. Yeah, let's try and go for something a little bit colourful. Let's see what's, you can't see, can you? Sorry. A bit of Edith with a stamp on it. No. No, I know it's only collage, but I do want it to look pretty. That's that lovely hair from the William Morris. Oh, I guess that's colourful-ish. I don't really know what I'm looking for, to be honest, so some spots. That's too dark, I feel. What's that? Maybe that's some more William Morris. Okay, we've got some lovely colours there. Yeah, I think that. Where though, and what sort of shape? Should we have two pieces from it? Because I want a narrow piece across there. Let's have the birdie, yeah. There we go. Yeah, so the garden's starting to look pretty. It's got lots of greenery. I mean, there are flowers that are out, the earlies. Well, it's not that early now, is it? But I've got daisies and begonias and things like that. I guess they're not earlies, the flowers that we bought at garden centres. So, you know, they're babied along, aren't they? They're nursed in the nursery so that they're ready to go early, whereas ones we've done at home, I don't know, we maybe put them in late. That's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, so it's very pleasant out there. We got rid of our static holiday home, our caravan, the beginning of this year. So we've brought our sun chairs home. So we had some really good sun chairs there. Yeah, those are they anti-gravity or gravity? I think they're anti-gravity. They're called recliners. Oh, look at that lovely Edith number there. Excuse me. Yeah. So yeah, it's very pleasant sitting out there now with those chairs, and table out and all the lovely plants. Been thoroughly enjoying ourselves. It's a shame Neil's had to go back to work. But we didn't sit in the garden last summer. I don't know if we'd... Well, there wasn't any lawn. There wasn't very much flower-wise. But I think we were probably busy with the house as well, because we only moved in the April. So, yeah, I don't think we had a lot of summer. And I don't recall, but I don't think it was as hot as it has been so far this summer. And also would have been, I've just realised, would have been at the caravan, wouldn't we? Which... of course we're not doing now. Okay, put some bigger pieces down. I feel like I'm going to hiccup. I haven't got a drink with me today. I really ought to pop down and get one, but once I get on a roll with collagen, I don't like to stop. I'll see after this one how desperate I am. So put some big pieces around randomly. This vintage ledger. You're not touching, and then I can go over the top with some of the smaller pieces, I think. That's what I'll do on this one. I'll have the lines going the other way to what we've got there. Should we go there? I feel like I can hear somebody's car radio. I know you won't be able to. It's just droning talking. Oops. Yeah, so Neil's on his second day of... Oh, I didn't put that on, did I? Look, because I got that lovely bird. I'll put it on this one. I haven't got a gap anywhere, have I now? I've got that in the wrong place, look. There we go. So some more book page. Let's go right down there with you. Yep, so I've got most of my household chores caught up on. The cat is molting a lot. Not hairs, not individual long hairs. He doesn't seem to lose them, but his undercoat, which I guess makes sense. It's summer, it's hot. The fluff, it's like fluffy down he has underneath. I think it's why he's so soft at the moment. I mean, he's really, really soft. His coat is like, feels like cashmere. I said to Neil the other day when I was tickling him, I've never known a cat with a coat this, you know, so soft as this. Cats do have lovely coats, you know, when they're fed well and what have you, but I will go with some coloured bits, look. But yeah, his coat's beautiful at the moment, and I think that's what it is. He's losing his sort of undercoat. He's losing his underwear. So yeah, I was saying I've got caught up on my chores, and Neil is the hooverer because it really hurts my back. Those of you with a bad back will know, or a weak back or whatever. But pushing the hoover, and knees actually, if you've got bad knees. My knees are okay. I suffer with my legs, but my knees are okay. But yeah, the doctor did tell me actually I shouldn't vacuum, not hoover. You don't call it hoover, do you, in other countries? Shouldn't vacuum with bad knees. It's very hard on them. I was delighted to find out, but not, because sometimes I would like to. So yeah, we have a big upright Shark vacuum cleaner, which is very strong. It does a brilliant job. So when Neil does it, he goes through the house with that. But I also have a recharger, hands-free, what's it called? Battery. I don't know what you call them. It's completely gone. Yeah, a rechargeable one, so it's not, you don't plug it into the mains. Went too far over with that. I think I've just about saved it. So I can, you know, if I don't do it too much. Don't think you can, oh, you can see. There's another naked, he's not quite a man, but, well, he is a man. Yeah, I'm not going to say any more about that. If you can see it, lucky you. He's got something on. What was I saying? So yeah, because of Simba's downy fluff. Completely missed that this time. Look, I do have to every now and then go through, even though Neil's just done it. Oh, that's pretty. I'm just looking for a tiny scrap to fill that hole. There we go. So I've got that to do. Because it's like big brown, it is like clumps, I have to say. It's like little clumps. It's not gross. It sounds gross, doesn't it? But the first time I saw it, I thought, what's happened? Has he pulled his hair out or something? But now he just drops them everywhere. So I don't know if they just fall off or he scratches or... Lovely. I'm sure you're thrilled to hear all that. That is nice, but I don't want that silly shape. Silly shape you were. Yeah, I've got to all these little bits now, haven't I? And I really ought to get some on, so... Right, try and use what's on here, Denise. Just glue them and put them down. Yes, you're going down. That's nice. Looks like it's got a bit of a coffee ring on it. So yeah, I've got a nice day just catching up with some videos today. I have worked out that I shouldn't sit too long. It definitely does. Don't lose all that beautiful pink paper. Affect my legs. There's no two ways about it. It's sitting. And I was speaking to Tanya earlier and I said to her, I finally worked out that's what it is, because I say I'm going to get up and walk around and I have every intention to, but when you get engrossed in something, you just forget, don't you? Let's get rid of that. Oh, what's we got on the back? Oh, that's what we're looking at. Physical anthropology. Is that right? Yeah. So I'm getting, how we went from caveman, I think, to, is it Homo sapien? Which I think we are now. Go back to my school days, which was a lot of years ago. That's why we had naked people on it. Oh, that's a piece of envelope. Oh, I like both sides of that, look. Let's have that side so we're staying fairly true to the neutral colour palette. Oops. There we go. Right, you've got a bird on, you're going that way, so you need to be that way up. I got those two done reasonably quickly. What? 20 odd minutes, 23. Not bad. Probably managed to get a couple more done then. That's going to use an awful lot out of my my scrap box. That's good. Did you see him upside down on his head? Maybe the next one I should do portrait, because these, you can turn them portrait, but I am kind of making them landscape, aren't I? I could have you over that light in there. That's quite nice. So you're very card, a bit too tough, a bit too thick. I think I'm going to have to change the shape of that because I can't cope with it on here. Just a little bit, not major, but the points are just making it difficult for me. Just a little bit off there. That's better. Yeah, I can cope with that. Put that back in there. And we just want a strip down there. Okay, let's put this one on then. Oh, yeah, it's got a bit sort of mica, bit of shiny on the other side because both sides are pretty. Pixie dust, I think it is. Will you go all the way across? Thought you did. I do like that. That'll be you. Okay. I mean, that would go on there. What do we think? Do we like it going that way? That's not bad. Oh, I thought I'd cut it short. I haven't. It's just got to get it at the right angle. Let's get that white bit coloured in. Okay, and it won't slide, so I need to make sure I get this down exactly where I want it before it's this white coffee dyed piece here. I keep thinking it's a blank, you know, the page underneath, and it's not. Has that got it? Yes. Good. So we've just got here. Should put a bit of pink on it. I'll use it up. It's quite bright, so I won't put too much in. Put just a nod, because I need to use it. Right, I appear to be out of paper. Oh, there's the one that I folded over that had the other person on it. Strange bodied person. Looked like he had a bustle on his backside. I don't know when we looked like that. Let's hope we never go back to it. Oh, okay. So a couple of scrappy bits. Whoops. Don't be running under there, you lot. That's a nice piece. I'm thinking maybe I want plainish now. See, when I've got plain I want patterned, when I've got patterned I want plain. That's a nice piece. I probably wanted the edge of that pink on show now. Yeah, I wouldn't normally be this fussy when I'm collaging, but I want them to have a certain look. And nothing wrong with being fussy, is there? I'm sure I've had that conversation with myself before. Tiny, tiny strip. Now look at that lovely piece of book page that really should have been in the bin. It's just very old book page. And now it's got a home. Lovely. Okay, I've enjoyed doing those two. They're really, really nice. So I think, yeah, I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. So I didn't go for a drink. I just had a little cough sweet, actually, which seems to have done the thing. And yeah, I sat and just tidied out. I haven't got anything else out of the box, just what was there on that pile. Just tidied it out into kind of, well, these are the slightly bigger pieces. These are plain small pieces. These are, you know, texty pieces. And these are just little tiny bits of colourful. That's plain. Don't know how did you get there? Little tiny bits, teeny tiny bits of colourful pieces. So yeah, I'm thinking, I don't know, it might make another two, but it'll definitely make one. And then this piece, which is card, I'm just going to cut a circle out of it so that I'm not throwing it away and wasting it, but it's definitely a lot thicker than. It's digital, but I've printed it on card. It's a lot thicker than, and there's my circles there. Everything else that's going on the page. So I've bought a few more glue pages as well. So shall we start with these big pieces? Let's put the big pieces down. And like I say, I won't be inking because I've done that while I sat and sucked on me sweetie. A little bit down of the camera there, aren't I? Dragged everything towards me, I think. Couldn't decide which side I wanted there because I've got that lovely butterfly, but then there's that lovely Edith. I think I'm going to go with the Edith. Oh, now my glue stick seems to be working okay, unless I'm just in a good mood and forgiving it today. It takes a while when you change something that you're used to using, doesn't it, to get on with it, I find. So let's have these big pieces up here. That is a big piece. Well, there's quite a lot of Edith actually, isn't there? That one's better. That should be with the text, I guess. So let's put this one down here. It won't be on the same pages when they're cut up, will they? I don't know why I couldn't put the text down. It had to be in its own little, it had to be in your proper place. We weren't allowed out of order. I prefer that one with that over there. That hasn't been inked actually, but I don't mind it not inked. So I've got a little tidying job still to do here. So when I come back this afternoon, if I don't feel like filming, when I come up again, I've got lots of little scrappy bits of lace and fabric in various different pots. Every time I use it or create something, I create another pot of scraps, to the point that I now have several of them, so they need to be gone through and organised. So if I can bring myself to do that, I might end up doing a little snippet roll or something this afternoon. Not on camera, off camera. Unless I decide to film it, I just might, you never know, but just thinking ahead, making plans. I'm very good at planning. I'm not so good at following through on them. There we go. What did I do with my cloth? Did I throw it? Yes. I feel like I've thrown everything. Where's all the big bits? Is that it? Is that them all? Oh, we've done quite well there with the big pieces. I'm not going to put that one down yet because I don't know if I want another big piece like that. Yep, you can go down there, and I'm actually going to put that in the bin. And I did put maybe 3 or 4 pieces like that in the bin while I was doing this. And yes, I am proud of myself. If you're thinking, oh, she sounds very proud of herself for putting something in the bin. Yep, I am. And I'm sharing with you that I'm doing it now. After that, a couple of weeks ago, I said to you all, didn't I? If you've got too many scraps and they're giving you, you know, a hard time, headache, whatever, stress, get rid of them. I'm doing it too. I've got a lot of the same coloured kind of things now, so maybe I just forgot about these. I was going to say maybe those are what I want, but oh, I've just remembered I was going to do a portrait, wasn't I? Portrait one, not a portrait. You wouldn't thank me for drawing a portrait, although it would give you a laugh. Yeah, so if there's enough for another one, which I think there might be just, it's if there's enough time for another. Oh yeah, we're doing quite well. Of course, because I did all that off camera, all that prep. That is thin paper, that, who is he? Shakespeare book. And, yeah, plain, handsome plain. First I did, now I don't. Yeah, he wouldn't move about, that's what I was trying to say. The book wouldn't move about once I'd got it down, so I'd forgotten. The glue doesn't move anyway, but that paper had no chance. Okay, what do we want over here? I don't mind them sideways on. I'm not keen on text completely upside down for some reason. Makes me a bit anxious. What's going on here? This is going to have a bit of the white page showing behind the dots, but that's okay. We'll call it contrast. It is nice paper because it's like a drawing book that I'm collaging in. You know, so the back of it's nice if you just, you know, stencil it, or I could coffee dye it with a brush lightly or whatever. Yeah, you don't have to back the back of it as well. Right, well, I've got everything moved together now. Separated it out, now it's together. Are you all the plain pieces again? I like that one. I like this one. It's got that, whatever that says. Says. Good bit of English there, Denise. That's a nice piece. It says Choco. It's only a little square up there, but I like that. Short for chocolate, my favourite. I've been trying, in fact I went really well. Did I do about 4 weeks or something? I think without chocolate, without really cutting my sugar down. It did make a huge difference to my pain, but I can't sustain it. I am a sugar lover. I'm a sweetie lover, I'm afraid. So yeah, I'll have to just keep doing it every now and then. Oh, I've got these lovely little bits. Should I put a tiny piece of that up there and then discard the rest just to fill that in? Yes, let's do that. So yeah, I'm not eating as much as I was, but I am eating chocolate again and biscuits. I've kept off it in my tea, the sugar. Not completely off it, but I just have a touch. Whereas I was having one whole teaspoon. Yep, I like you there. It'll be nice on the back as well. There we go. I'm thinking about chocolate now. You see, that's all it takes. Oops. It's easier when it's hot to eat nice, isn't it? To eat nice, to eat healthier. Don't want all of you. Yep, that's it. Well, I find it is, but yeah, it's not hot for long in our country. We'll soon be back to cold and comfort eating. Right, I don't know if you can see right down here. I should have them up there, shouldn't I? I've got all these, and then I've got these text pieces, so I want that there. I'm just wondering if I want a bigger piece in somewhere. That's quite big, isn't it? Let's get rid of the white space in favour of a bit more Edith. Yep. Oh, so 4's pretty good. I will get 4 done. I'm determined to do a portrait once, as I said I was. Where were we going? Can you remember? Higher up? Further across? No, I can't remember, so I'll just choose somewhere and put it down before I faff about forever. So, do we want a piece of pink in the middle? Oh, it's a bit OTT. I don't think I particularly like that piece with the top. What am I trying to say? The cut top. Oh, you're different. No, you're not big enough though. Have we got anything that will go in one hit? Yes. Just. Super, number 3. I'd like to try and get the whole book filled and then start using it. So, because I have taken some out and used them quite a few times, but wouldn't it be nice to just that be your project? What would have been nicer under that? Too late. Just open your book and make loads and loads. Just cutting up. I'll enjoy just cutting it up into ephemera shaped pieces. I like to sew around them though. That's what takes me so long. Cutting them up, love it. Sewing around them, yeah. I'm alright once I get going. Okay, let's just move straight on. Let's turn it round. I'm going to tuck it under now. I think it'll be alright. And I really want to just put down what I've got here. So there's quite a lot of text. And I've got all those that I can go into. But let's take that little straw piece for now. How's your view? Okay, I think. So let's just, pick things up. We'll see how long that lasts. Just pick things up and stick them down. So this is from a stamp book, I about stamps. Stanley Gibbons, I think he's quite well known for his stamp books. He's created quite a few of them, I believe. And I'll go up there with that one. Yeah, they're going down really quick, aren't they, when you... Well, I don't know if you're only on your second one, but when you know, not picking and choosing too much. Can't really see the top there, but it will be edged anyway. Okay, let's get this big piece of text on. Another piece of Edith. There's so many different versions of this book now. It's been printed, hasn't it? So many times and in so many countries, and you know, in so many different eras, that there's a huge amount of different coloured pages. I can't think of a better way to say that. Out there. And the bigger pieces are all on small. Just trying to get the big ones down, and then I can see where I can fill the small ones in. So we might be all right with some of that pink on here as well. In fact, if I stick it in the middle, it'll be covered over in various places, won't it? So let's do that. Get that pink piece. And put it on. Oops. My glue stick's getting top heavy now. I'm getting down it, so it's not as balanced. Or shall I just put it on there? Just put it on there. Stick it in the middle. Those two are going to be more difficult, aren't they? Ooh, gloopy. Very quiet again today. Apart from the pigeons, of course. The pigeons are so noisy. I don't know what it is. I really don't like pigeons. I know they do carry disease, and there's so many of them, I think. And yeah, they don't even make a pretty noise, do they? The other bird song I love, but the pigeons are just the same. I don't know, four notes or something over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's like, shush. Other bird song I like. Pigeons, no. And that's what I can hear at the moment, is pigeons. And they're noisy. They're just noisy birds. It's mating season. To be crude, they're just constantly, yeah, making a racket with their wings. And they're always at it. Never stop. They seem to have a long mating season. I don't know if they have lay twice a year or something. You would think so, the amount of racket they make. I don't know, they don't seem very intelligent birds to me. I don't know if they are or not, but they're like heavy. They're not delicate birds, are they? When they land on the greenhouse and the fence and the things like that, they go with a real big bang. You know it's a pigeon. Simba knows it's a pigeon when it's landed on his fence. And I always, when they land on the greenhouse, which they often do, I always wonder if they're going to break the glass. And yeah, with us being outside in the garden so much, we have been eating out there. Not main meals, but you know, like a sandwich or a nice lolly or that kind of thing. And they, yeah, one or two of them around about, they kind of know when you're eating. And they appear, which I don't like. You're used to it in seasides with seagulls and towns, aren't you, and things like that, but I don't quite like it in my own garden. I've left that strip, look, down there. Might end up putting something on it. I didn't get where I should have got. I'm going to have to put something on it because it's driving me crazy. You know, I didn't get into the edge. I've been saying all this time the glue doesn't move. Let me guard down. So, let's try the edge this time. That's better. That's better. select together again and see where I'm at. I'm constantly moving them around. That's quite a biggish one. Oh, no, it's not. It's nice to see them disappear off the desk. I know I only took the top off the box. You know, took a few out of the top, but we're just building a brick wall there. Up, up, up. We can always put something like that over it. It's a bit too much though. But yeah, if I've got a lot of straight line, I'll just go over it with something like that. I don't particularly want April. I'll keep the flower. Bang. And that's nice. Oh, yeah, that's my glue stick falling out, the gluey bit. So we must be nearly at the end of it. I'll just put one across there, couldn't I? There we go. So we are now at the point where we're just picking up and gluing because we've barely got anything left. And then we'll see what we need out the box for the last few bits. Oops. Did I use all that text up then? I must have done. Yep, you can go up there. Well, that's not a scrap, that's a piece of embellishment, I suppose, from Tapeology or Tapology. I don't know how you say that. It has got an ER in it, but Tapeology, it looks like. Tapeology. Well, it doesn't roll off the tongue very easily, so I don't know. Same again, I don't particularly want the May there. I'll have that little bit of text, perhaps. So I've got two pieces of text. Another strip here. Yep, you can go across there. Whoops. I'm just going to manage it with this glue, I think. Just, whoops. Maybe. Come. Every time I pick it up and turn it the right way, Oh, where did you come from? You're a pretty piece. Sticking to that. Ugh, I don't like that. Oh. Glue pages. Right. I suppose it would break all those. Yeah, let's put it down there. Oh, must have been some stuff hidden over there. I've just seen some more nice pieces now. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I think that's off one of those faux doilies. I think that's what it is. Tanya sent me. They look like they're splattered with rust. I don't know if they came like that or she did it, but ooh, pretty. We don't want to lose that. Let's have it on there. It's too nice to have some of it cut off. It needs to be in the centre. Okay, so I've got these pretty pieces. Pretty but small. You can go up there. So you're either going on here or you're going in the bin. I've made the decision. Ooh, best get them on then. It's a nice piece. Yeah, I think I'm going to hiccup again. Maybe I don't breathe properly or something when I'm filming. The way I'm sitting. Holding my breath because I'm enjoying it, maybe. I don't know. I know I've got lots of little bits going on here, but I really want to, you know, use them or lose them. I'd rather use them. I'll be fine with a big, stuck to the paper again, big centrepiece on over them, you know, like a big floral or something. Not a big bird. I've made myself sticky. Let me get a wet one. I'll lent on that. That's it. got you and you, maybe. That. I don't think I'm fussed about that. I don't think I'm fussed about those 3 pieces on here. So what does that leave us with? Again, not fussed about that. We've got this. We've got to fill this and this. Okay, let's just put a bit of that on there. Oops, it was inked underneath. Never mind. Did I do that low enough? Yep. Yeah, I'm getting to the page where I'm sticking. Getting to the point where I'm sticking to the glue pages a lot. Now, I don't like it. Oh, I wonder how many pages I've got left then. I'll have a little count up before I leave you. Just this little hole. Yeah, a piece of plain, I think. I know I said I was going to put it in the bin, but I don't think I'm going to put those bits of Edith text in the bin because I will regret it. They will come in for something. But if there's anything else kicking about, you know, like that and that, they go in. And that. 3. Oh, you go on anywhere. Now there's a point. Yeah, that will go on there. Didn't think about that. Covering up some of the bigger pieces. And down here we've got a big piece as well. Perhaps some of this. Yeah, that way. Oh, I've done that on a gluey page and it's stuck because it's very fine paper. Oh, there we go, look. I'll keep those 4 pieces. There's 2 going in the bin. And 4 going back in there with that lot. But we're nice and flat again now. And that piece. So yeah, I've got enough in there. I'm trying to finish this book, but I need a cup of tea, so let's see. I'm always needing a 2 pages left, that's it. So I might go have a cup of tea and then do those 2 pages, and I'll film it and I'll just save the part of the film to add to something else because you've got enough there. So what have we done today? Yeah, that one, didn't we? I remember that 102. Yeah, we started. So we did that one. I wonder if you can better a little bit on that one. I could have put one of those pieces along there, couldn't I? That's a big run off. I might do that when I've had my cuppa. That one. Oh, yeah, that one's a bit full on, but that's all the little tiny pieces, isn't it, that were left. You know, if you do a piece like that and you don't like it, when you come back to it, it'll be completely different. But if you don't like it, you could cut like circles out, or you know, if you've got fancy shaped punches, make perhaps labels. You know, like if you cut a circle out of there, that's not quite so bad, is it? Or yeah, just be more careful, I think, where you cut it. Lovely, amazing. So 2 to do, and then then I will be cutting the whole book up, and I will definitely be doing that with you, so that can go in the bin. It won't do 2 more. So thank you so much. Thumbs up would be much appreciated. If you want to chat to me, I am at the moment of filming this, I am back in front and chatting. So yeah, feel free. I do love to hear from you and know about what's going on. And if not, if you like to be incognito, thank you for being here, and hope you have a lovely day, and maybe see you tomorrow. Bye for now.